of America.
My name is Nick McLaughlin. I'm from North Providence, Rhode Island, originally from Pawtucket. And I think the FCC is unconstitutional in the fact that they stifle people's freedom of speech by censoring people on TV. I mean, it's so hypocritical to say that you're all with the Constitution and stuff, and then blank out a couple of swears from TV that children already know. And I should know, I go by seeing kids swearing in schoolyards when they're in the 3rd grade. So there's really no point to it, especially if they're at the beach. The FCC shouldn't even exist. All they do is ruin movies, TV shows. Even with that show Family Guy on Fox, it originally came from Fox, and they had the show in all of its original glory. Then they started showing it on TBS and Channel 36 on Adult Swim. And then they realized that they made a mistake in canceling it. Then when they put it back on, they cut so much stuff out of it that I can't even watch it anymore on Channel Fox. The network that it originally came from. It's such a load. And I just don't think that's right. And also, I don't think professional athletes shouldn't get paid anything if they're really all for the love of the game. Because they're getting paid $1 million a freaking game when the guy is sitting there and like on an assembly line putting that ball together for $5, $7 an hour. I mean, that's messed up. If they're really in it for the game, they should get paid at the most $10 an hour for every game that they play and get a real friggin' job. Oh, and another thing. All these so-called gangsters that say that they're from the hood and stuff, and half the time they're living in their mother's basement, and they're wondering why they're so broke and their freaking neighborhood goes to crap, but they're the ones that make it that way. I mean, it's like you don't have to become a drug dealer, get a real goddamn job, why don't you? And instead of spending your money on freaking rims and stuff, get an apartment. Become a functioning member of freaking society, why don't you? Instead of blasting your overly priced crappy stereo system in your 1984 busted ass Honda with a big bored out muffler claiming you're a gangster. It's like, you don't have to be like that. Spend your money on something useful, like food or something, instead of spending it on all this crap. Then emo kids are just plain annoying. They go around wearing their sister's pants and cutting themselves to gain attention, when really there are people out there with regular problems that keep it all to themselves. If they really had such a freaking problem with life, why aren't they really off themselves? Instead of just sitting there cutting themselves so that people go, oh me, oh my, you need attention. No, freaking ignore them. In fact, tell them to cut themselves a little deeper next time so I don't have to see their whiny little asses walking down Thayer Street ever again. And the oil companies really gotta fuck off too, because like, just such a load of bullshit that I actually know that gas can only be $1.50 a gallon if they wanted it to, but they don't want it to because they rather get paid another 5 cents a friggin' day rather than lower the oil prices a little bit. They can make gas free for literally a week, for a whole week in the United States, and they'll still be making a profit one way or another, so I don't see why they gotta do that. And I guess that's it.
My name is Patrick Martin. I'm from Barrington, Rhode Island, and I'm here for the First Amendment right. I think they should legalize marijuana. It's good for everyone. Holy sh**! You can bleep that out. The gas sucks. I can't drive my car. I have a Navigator. It's ridiculous. I don't even know what's going on.
Unemployment situation.
I just had 2 pieces of pizza and they were freaking amazing. And I look like an Easter bunny, but that's okay. I think the war in Iraq is unnecessary. I have an uncle out in Guantanamo Bay, and I think he should come home as well as all the other troops. So that's all. I'm going to wrap it up there.
My name is Thomas S., and I'm from Providence, Rhode Island. And I have a few words about Bush. I think he's a jerk. I think us Americans should riot like every other country. When something goes wrong, they don't like it. Their citizens riot. And I think that a lot of poor people actually are suffering right now, and a lot of people are suffering for the gas prices. And I think they should I think we as Americans should stand up for once and do our thing like every other country does, and let him know. And basically that's really about it. But I just think he's the biggest asshole in the world. And everybody voted for him, and then they didn't want to vote for him. They wish they didn't after winter war, and now they're on his side for the most part. But now they're not on his side anymore because of the gas prices. And I think, us Americans should remember that who you voted for, about why we voted for him to begin with, and basically if his father did it to us, put us in war, we should have learned that lesson the first time by not voting for Bush this time around. That's what I have to say, and Bush, fuck you.
Yeah, to that stupid girl that was on TV from Westerly giving her speech about race care, saying that only people that work should be able to get medical insurance. That is wrong. There's people, disabled people that need health care. There's all different kind of people. How about people that can't find employment at the time or got injured and they need that health care? Don't put people on TV that really don't know what they're talking about. All right, get your facts right. Be a Trump Westerly.
My first choice for a president would have been Hillary Clinton. I thought she was the most qualified, the most driven, and the best candidate overall. I do not like Obama. I do not like his deceiving lies and his deceiving ways, and I do not like him as a person. I would choose McCain over Obama any day. Obviously, Hillary would be my first choice, but I'd rather put the country in the hands of someone a lot more qualified than Obama, who wasn't even in the Senate when they made the war vote.
This concludes this program broadcast. We the People, a freedom of speech television show. Go to www.wethepeopleofri.org.